What up, guys? We don't have an acoustic lesson today. We just got a little bit of just behind the scenes. What do I do for a living? Wanted to just do a video letting you guys know, what I do for a living and kind of getting back to that, first video, the welcome to the page, welcome to the channel, just trying to be, authentic and let you guys know who I am and give you kind of an inside scoop as to what I do. So I'm going to tell you what I do for a living. I don't mean to draw this out, but I'm going to tell you what I do for a living, and then I'm just going to kind of like rewind it a little bit and just look at like the steps and some of the other jobs that I've had to get to where I'm at right now. So what do I do for a living? I work in higher education, which is just a snazzy word for post-secondary education, which is just another snazzy word for college. So basically, I work remotely from home, and I work for an online institution. I live here in Pennsylvania. I get to work with students from all over the country. In there, basically taking them from the admissions process of becoming a student to helping them kind of get enrolled and getting their classes scheduled and kind of, being on the journey with them, as I often tell them, being on that journey with them from the time they start school to the time they finish their degree. I kind of serve as like their program, mentor or program manager, making sure they're, on track and doing what they need to be doing. So, yeah, it's awesome. I get to work with literally people from all over the country, all kind of different ages, and I love it. I do a lot of Skype stuff with students. I do a lot of web-based like e-learning stuff with some of the students to make sure they have a good idea as to what they're doing, which classes they're scheduled for, and all that good stuff. So that's essentially what I do on a daily basis. So I've been I work from home. I get to work from home, which is awesome. And I've got a ton of students all across the country. So I get my time zones a little bit jacked up every once in a while because people are in California, I'm in Pennsylvania. You've got the Mountain Time, Pacific Time, Central Time, but it's cool. I love getting to hear people's stories and kind of getting to help them go from point A to point B in their lives and in their academic careers. So that's just Cliff Notes version of what I do. So just to backtrack a little bit, so I went to school for business marketing. Basically had no idea what I wanted to do when I was coming out of high school, which is very normal. It's like I think it's over 50% of people and of incoming freshmen are entering higher education, basically college, undecided. They don't know what they want to do. So like I was in that big pod. Like I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I picked marketing, and I don't even think I really knew what marketing was. I actually think my first major was entrepreneurship, and like I had no idea what entrepreneurship was. I was like, this sounds cool. I'm just gonna tell everyone, yeah, I'm majoring in entrepreneurship. And thinking it sounded really cool. I don't think I really even knew what it meant. So anyways, did college. I finished with my bachelor's in marketing, and I did sales and marketing probably for about three or 4 years after I finished. And I went back to school at that time while I was working, got my graduate degree. And yeah, I did that probably till I was 25 or 26. And then I got laid off from my company and like thought my whole world was crashing down and was in a not a good place mentally, spiritually, emotionally, everything. So But it was probably, I don't want to say it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me, but it was definitely one of them, because I liked it. I did okay at it. I did a pretty good job, but I didn't love what I was doing. I was 25, 26. I was like, can I see myself doing this for the rest of the next 30, 40, 50 years? And so I think the answer to that was just no. And so I thought to myself, well, why don't you take some time, apply to a bunch of different positions, a bunch of different industries, a bunch of different jobs, and just see what happens, and see what opportunities and what doors open up for you. So I applied to a ton of positions. I applied to like healthcare, to other business development companies, banks, corporations, all over the map. I still really didn't know what I wanted to do, and I applied to my local community college, for an academic counselor position, which I ended up going. I ended up taking that opportunity and taking that position. So basically, I was working, as an academic counselor and an academic coach. Getting students. Much of what I do now in the online setting, I was just kind of doing it at the community college. So getting students enrolled, meeting with them for admissions, walking them through the placement testing, going over financial aid, doing their class schedule. I also got to be in charge of student life and student activities, so which was like super fun, because it just basically entailed me hanging out with the students and like playing ping pong or playing pool or whatever it was. So that was a really fun part of my job, and I loved it. I just fell in love, and I tell the students who I work with now, I just, fell in love with higher education, fell in love with working with students, and just being able to I don't want to be cliche and say change someone's life, but be a part of that, and really help people from different walks of life, get from point A to point B, and really kind of encouraging them, motivating them, empowering them, and really just kind of supporting them in their journey. So I loved it. I loved hanging out with students. Love just chit chatting. Just much of like what I do in the comments section with you guys and on Instagram. I don't post a ton on Instagram, but I've loved these conversations and just kind of chatting with some of you guys on Instagram and getting to know you a little bit better. And if you're figuring out like if you were in high school or college or working or whatever it may be. So I have absolutely, I love that, so I really enjoyed that part, of my role as an academic counselor and an academic coach. So I did that for probably 7 or 8 years, and then I switched over to where I'm at now, which again, I work remotely and I work from home, so it gives me kind of a good nice balance, and yeah, so that's just kind of a little bit of a background of my journey of me going to college, getting a degree, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, to where I'm at now. So there was a big chunk of my 20s, I mean probably most of my 20s, where I was like, I have no idea what I want to do for my job and for my life. And even when I was working at the community college, like I know I enjoyed it, but could I see myself doing this for the rest of my life or whatever it may be? I was just very unsure, which I think is very normal. And yeah, so anyways, that's just a little backdrop, a little behind the scenes of what I do, in addition to throwing up these videos all the time, which I'm so happy and so glad they are helping you guys out. And I know I said it earlier, but I love chatting it up with you guys on Instagram and on Facebook. I don't post much on there, just because I really never have. But that's, if you want to get in touch with me, or if you want to, you know, drop a line or drop me a message, go to Instagram or my Facebook page. I love talking with you guys, and it makes these connections and the interactions that we have on YouTube, on the comments, so much funner for me, and so much more kind of enriching and fulfilling, because I actually know who I can put a face to a name and some of that stuff. So definitely do that. Yeah, I'm happy, you know, this channel and the videos have been helping you guys out. If you have questions on anything, as usual, just leave a comment. Yeah, give the video a like, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.